Just getting set up here. Gonna turn a couple tops, like it says. Then we'll turn a little something else after that. What's up, everybody? Got a good enough view? Maybe I'll get you a little closer. Just turning a couple tops real quick, and then we'll get to the main event. Gotta keep that foot closed. Clean that end up just a little bit. Give it a swoop. Cool. I'm going to part this one off, do the next one, and then we'll get rolling on something else. Looks like we got one person out there. Shout out to that person. Got to sand off the end. These are mesquite. I'm turning a bit of mesquite right now. Guys getting blown out. Actually, we'll keep it. It's like I lost my little, I cut a circle out of my thing there. I use that to protect the bottom from the spur drive, because otherwise it'll leave a mark. So I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna get something else to put in there. All right. This thing's gonna be a little big. I just gotta cut it down. Okay, that should do it. Hopefully, it won't be too big. Yeah, that'll be right. And this is just to protect the bottom of the top from the live center here. Just a piece of a silicone pot holder. So I'll just press that up against there, and it'll still provide pressure from the tailstock and make it turn a little bit better without any, if I don't have the tailstock support, I'm going to get a lot of chatter when it gets really small. So we'll keep the tailstock up there, and that'll help. Okay, I think I'm a little fat there. Gotta take it down. Hey Joe, how you doing? Turning a couple tops here. Doing a little warm up, and then we'll get rolling. Yeah, it looks good. Let me part it off, and then we'll. I'm gonna do a platter, a small plate, I guess, smaller, just thin, not super thin, but thicker than what would be a bowl. So should be fun. I haven't turned a platter on here live, and I haven't turned one in a little while either. So it'll be a good one. Okay. There's number 2. Not bad. 2 and 20 minutes. Had to stop and go find a new little piece to protect the bottom too. I ran out, or I popped the hole in the other one. This was my old one. My live center popped a hole in there. Hey Joseph, how you doing? Hey Sterling. Everybody's out there. Hey, what'd you think of that little demo yesterday? Glenn Lucas demo. Joseph, what'd you think of that? I thought it was pretty awesome. Had a good time. Let's see. Where's my camera here? Let me switch it. So yeah, I thought it was awesome. For $10, man, I just sat right here at my lathe and watched them turn. It was really cool. I enjoyed it a lot. So looking forward to more things like that. What's up, Sterling? How you doing? Oh, it's Monday. I haven't tracked your bowl yet today. Last I checked, it's supposed to be there 2 more days, Wednesday. So hopefully some kind of storms. I packed it really, really well. There's tons of shavings in there for you too, so you can smoke some pork shoulders. So I just wanted to get there so I know that it made it safely. I've been like all anxious about it. We're gonna, like I said, do a platter. I'll go get you the blank. Hold on, let me grab it here. I think I gotta drill a hole in it too. That's it there. Let me go drill the hole a little bit bigger for the worm screw. It should be fun to turn. It's a piece of alligator juniper. Got it from my friend John. Big John. I don't know if John's going to watch this, but shout out Big John from the Twisted Twilight Turners. So, yeah, he built a slab table out of this, and this was like a leftover piece. So, yeah, it should be cool. It has a couple cracks in it. He had done some epoxy fill when he did the slab, but it didn't go really deep, so I've sealed up some of the cracks with the that gap filling thick from Starbond. I did that a few days ago, so it's had a lot of time to cure and dry, so we'll see how it did. I suspected a lot of it is going to be turned away, but sort of right up here, a little worried. There was like that crack right there that sort of ran up through the side. So worst case, I'll lose that part and we'll just make it a little bit smaller. But I was just trying to save the maximum diameters possible. Hey, Lupe's out there also. Hello, Lupe. How you doing? Taking a break. All right, cool. Well, I'm turning a little platter. This came from Big John. So it's a piece of alligator juniper that he did the class at Jamie's with. And so he gave me a little slice of that. I haven't turned it in a while, I haven't turned it at all, so wanted to give it a shot. I got a few things. I'm gearing up for the the gallery opening. Boulder City Art Guild Gallery is opening June 1st, so got to turn a few things for that. So that's what I'm doing out here. Crack open the first one. Strawberry bubbly. Let's see, I got to put my bigger chuck on. I got my little one here. This is a little Vicmark knockoff. It's a Grizzly chuck. It works pretty well, but it just doesn't have real great accuracy. So I don't use it for too much stuff. Here, I'll switch the camera around. There we go. I got the garage door open, so it's getting some nice natural light in here. Get my larger chuck on. Find my divider so I can mark for that. And then I'll need screw chuck also. Right. So I'll be doing a recess in this one. I don't usually do recesses. I'm mostly what's bubbly? You've been here for a while, buddy. You gotta know. No, it's just carbonated water, sparkling water. Nothing, no sugar or nothing like that. Oh, bubbly water, that's all. That's what my daughter calls them, bubbly waters. Oh, Patrick. What's up, Patrick? Don't think I missed you. Patrick's out there. Okay, where's that blanket? I put it right here. Try. I'm going to go a little deeper on the hole. I don't think I quite went deep enough. I got enough meat to where I don't have to put any spacers behind it. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to put a little wax on there, though. I don't want to have the threads get stuck in there, so let me go grab my wax real quick. As per usual, I'm not super prepared, so here we go. We're going to wing it. Put a little of that on there. It kind of helps when it cuts the threads and then keeps it from getting stuck. It's not like usually a huge issue with dry wood. This wood is super dry, but with green wood, sometimes you run into a problem. But I always just do it all the time, just in case. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, see, it's really dry. Just blowing out the threads. Let me go slightly bigger on the hole because those threads are just ripping the wood out. We'll keep the tailstock up too, and that'll help make it a little more secure. There we go. All right, got it. There. Cool. I'll readjust the camera too. Might need to raise my tripod just a bit. Yeah, it's a nice piece. About 2.5 inches thick or so. Oh yeah, that's pecan's pretty bad too because it's so hard. But yeah, when they get stuck on there, forget about it. It's like such a time saver. Just, you know, pop it on there real quick and then don't got to worry about that. And it's not something that happens every time, but when it does, man, it's a pain in the butt. Ooh, we got a first super chat from Sterling. Thank you, sir. I really, really appreciate that. We love you too. Thanks for watching. I'm going to get rolling here. Cut with the talking. Get back to the turning. Okay. Make a little center mark. May not need this too much, but yeah, it's pretty dang flat on the bottom, so we won't have to surface it too much. I'm going to do a recess, like I mentioned, instead of a tenon, which reminds me I need to get my dividers. They're sitting right over here. I hope. I just used them the other day. Well, there they are. Got it. Okay. I'm going to raise the legs on this tripod too so I can get you up a bit. I can go a little further down with in with the tops because it doesn't require too much, but with the platters I kind of want to have a little bit of a higher angle onto it so you can kind of see the shape a little better. There we go. That should give you a good view of kind of the profile getting cut too. Yeah, I can eat tonight. Thank you, Sterling. Yeah, everything helps. I really, really appreciate all the support that I've been getting. Let's see. Okay, let's get it rolling. I'm going to start off with my bowl gouge. Got a 5/8. Turn the speed down a little bit. Yo, hello. How you doing? Gonna get rolling on a little platter plate kind of thing here. All right, spinning pretty true. I'm gonna take some cuts. We'll see how it goes. Just gonna be doing like a draw cut with the wing of the tool. Whew, this stuff is soft. It smells really good. This juniper, it's like cedar, kind of, pretty much. Like a softer wood. Real chippy right now because it's super dry, but it smells good. We're pretty flat on the bottom there. I'm going to go ahead and mark out for the recess, and then we'll work on that. And that way, once I know where that is, I can start working on my shape. I'll give it just a nice traditional OG shape. Hey, Josh is out there, my good buddy Josh. Check out the down below in the description. There's a link to Josh's Instagram. We've been having fun. He's got a new Instagram show every Saturday at 10 p.m. called Drinking with Josh. I've got a woodworking section on there, so go check it out. This link is in the description to Josh's Instagram. It's a lot of fun. Something to do on a Saturday night, you know, live on Instagram. Got celebrities. He had a celebrity guest. Mr. TJ Lavin from MTV was a celebrity guest last week. It was a lot of fun. So be sure to check it out. Ooh, the garbage man is here too. All right, just marking get my divider set up here for the tenon. All right. Always be careful when you're doing this. You don't want to let the other end drag. It'll throw it back at you. I'm going to come in with the parting tool. Ooh, we got Josh still up there. Yes, sir. Man, glitters a flowing. It's pretty glittery too. This stuff. It's alligator juniper. It's really dry too. So we'll see how it goes. Oop. Take the twist off the way. I'm just going to come in just a bit at an angle to match the match the angle of the jaws on my chuck. Yeah, this stuff is real soft. So hopefully when I get a good push cut, it'll be nice and clean. So I got a little bit left. I need to come in with something that's got a finer tip on it. Where is my 3/8? We use the spindle gouge. You get right back into that corner so I've got a good flat surface for my jaws to rest against. I think that'll do it. Okay. Switch back to the bowl gouge. And I want a pretty good foot on it so that it'll, sit well. So I'm going to come in a little and then start making my push cut for maybe about right here. And then I can work my way back just a bit if I need it. So I'll move my... Is that a good angle? You guys see everything all right? Maybe I'll switch it a little. I don't know if that's going to be any better to see the cuts. Looks all right, I suppose. So if I just, yeah, be kind of like that. Yeah, this stuff is dusty. Just wanted to stop quickly and check these cracks. Looks like I got a few that kind of opened up that the gap filling CA didn't quite seep far enough down in there. But I still have some material to remove. So I'm going to keep working on that. Just coming off this edge a little, make it a little thinner. have a few to patch. I don't want to go too much thinner on the rim because I'm going to have to remove some material from the top. So I'm going to switch my tool around just a little bit and see if I can determine exactly how thick it's going to be. And then that way I'll know if I can take any more cuts inward. Getting down to where the shape's going to be pretty good, though. I can come back this way just a little bit on the foot, but we'll still have a nice big base on there. Yeah, this stuff is real dry. Super, super dry. Let's see if I can. Yeah, you probably can't see the cuts too well. I'm just taking some kind of draw cuts with the wing of the tool real lightly. Trying to get a nice flat surface. There we go. Cool. Let's see where we're at with those cracks. Looking all right. I need to take a bit off the face of it too because it's a little jagged there. So this is where we might lose an edge of it. I'll be real careful though. All right. Okay, I got us good. I'm gonna go a little bit this way. I'm happy with that thickness. We could go maybe just a touch thinner if we have to, but I kind of want to leave it for now. I'm going to get in here and soften up all these steps and curves, and we should end up with a pretty nice shape. A little bit of tear out right there, so I want to leave some material in case I have to come back. Hey, $10 from Joseph. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate the support. Thank you, thank you. It means a lot. I'm getting ready to place a sandpaper order pretty soon, so I'm excited. Restocking. So more turning to come. Yeah, we'll see you next time. It'll be up here live, so come back and check it out. So I'm pretty heavy right here. I got this ridge that I need to take out. Aside from that, the curve's looking good. I might be able to soften the curve a little if I bring this back. But for now, let's get rid of that ridge. I'm going to use a shear scrape just to soften it. And up here. So this part of the curve needs to be a little longer. I'm trying to match this curve with this curve. So this one's a little short. I don't know how well you can see it. Maybe let me see if I can get you a profile shot, and that might kind of help you see what I'm talking about a little better. Also, I'm kind of like anal about that stuff too. I like to make sure everything's matching. Yeah, not quite there. It's all about repositioning the the tripod here to get you. There we go. So I'll turn the lathe off too. So yeah, we're looking good here. This curve doesn't quite match this one. So I'm going to bring the foot in a little bit and soften it up right there so it has kind of the same flow. So I just want a nice, even, OG shape. Lupe knows all about the OGs. If you're out there still watching. Not sure if you're done for your lunch yet. Yeah, let's, I'm going to take a couple more cuts this way, and we should be good. The finish is looking nice on it. The shear scrape really took care of the tear out, which kind of surprises me. There are some things that need to be filled right here that I'll come back to and take care of. It'll probably just be the clear CA, not going to go anything fancy on this one. All right. Well, we're looking better. I think I'm going to make this foot just a bit taller. There. I'm happy with that. We've got a couple little ridges, but I can soften those up. Man, this stuff is like just dusty dry. Just powder coming off of there. Mostly from those shear scrapes, but yeah, this is dry stuff. So no worries on this moving. It smells really good though. Lupe is the OG queen for sure. One right here, one right here. A little bit, a little on the inside. I'm feeling that crack is one thing. Or, yeah, one thing that I'm hitting. Gotta find my teardrop scraper though. The secret weapon. I need to see where I set it though. I was sharpening it up yesterday and I set it down not where it belongs, of course. There it is. Yeah, this is dusty stuff. We'll get this thing going. So it feels really good. I've got a tiny little lump right here and then out on the edge. Oh yeah, it's a bit of tear out. That's what I was kind of picking up with my finger. So let me adjust my tool rest and we'll give this a little draw cut with that. Clean it up. bit more. There we go. This has got such a nice curve on it too that just as you drag it, it just sort of almost follows the curve for you and just smooths them out. Still feeling something in there, but I think it's just that. Oh, there's another crack. So we got a few. I'm gonna run and grab my glue. We'll get these suckers filled in real quick, and then I'll take a couple more cuts and we'll finish them up. Yeah, this is a pretty nice finish right off of there. So I'm gonna throw a bit of sanding sealer on it as well, and that way the glue won't kind of penetrate and stain it since I'm going to be using the clear. Hot, so I got my glue in the fridge. I have to mix up some more sanding sealer. Just about out. This is just shellac, Zinsser, bullseye shellac, and denatured alcoholic 50-50. Maybe a pretty platter. I'm going to put it on the whole thing, just the spots that need it. Everywhere else is good. Just a couple little cracks that need the glue. Let that spin. Switch back over. Got a couple new people, 10 people out there now, huh? Hope everybody's doing well on this beautiful Memorial Day. I believe it's Memorial, right? I'm terrible. I should know what it is. I've been lost in the pandemic, forgetting days. Like, it's kind of crazy. What day is it again? Oh, yeah. So I got a little thin tip on this that I can get down inside the cracks. Stuff is thicker too, so it's not going to run as much. Even on the side of the plate like this. Oh, bubble. Get the bubble out of there. All right, we'll see you, Lupe. Thanks for stopping in. It's probably a little hard to see what I'm doing, huh? One of these days I need to find some nice pieces of wood for you guys while I'm turning. You know, just stop and watch me fill things in with super glue. I got a few, just need to dig them out. It's a big one. Yeah, stuff works really well so far, this gap filling stuff. It's not running. It seems to be filling in, really well in there. I'm liking it. If you guys haven't tried Starbond, I got links in the description below. Just click the Starbond link and use the code Braxton, and you can save 10%. And then that's also a good way to help, kind of support the show, keep it rolling. Get some good glue and get a discount and help me out. Win, win, win. I think that's got it. Oh, my family's home. I get a cameo from the kids. Ooh, excuse me. Dusty. I need to get a nice dust extractor fan. I was watching that demo, the Glenn Lucas demo yesterday, and he's got one made by Powermatic, and that thing was big. And it was like sitting right next to him, fully blowing, and you couldn't even hear it. So, pretty cool. All right, that one looks good. Let me get this one's real small, so it wouldn't take too much. Hopefully this thin will kind of get in there, or the thick will get in these little cracks well enough. Hey, thank you very much. Who? I don't recognize the username. So, who are you? Yeah, I was trying to think. I didn't recognize the username, and the picture's really small, so it's hard to tell. But thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy with the shape and the grain pattern. It's super cool in this. The growth rings are really tight, and there's some. It's hard to make out in the video, but just lots of color variations between them. Like some of the growth rings are a different color than the other ones. It's really cool. But yeah, I think that should do it with the glue. I'm gonna let this kind of spin up for a minute, and then we'll have a drink, and then I'll go back and I'll take a pass, and we'll start sanding. Should be able to sand it up and get a finish on there, and then turn it around. There's not really any cracks on the inside, so hopefully that'll be good. We got some, trying to clean the dust off. Looks a little dusty. Yeah, you can see like stuff's real dry. Super dry. So oh yeah, okay, for sure. Yeah, I remember now. We used to do live shows and stuff back in the day. Yeah, that's awesome. Cool. Well, thanks for tuning in. Wow. Sweet. Yeah, looks like we're pretty well dry here. Filled in. Let me switch the camera back, and I'll take a couple quick cuts, and I'll get to sanding. There we go. I'm going to back up the camera a little bit so you can see the whole piece. Maybe I'll get you around front too. Need to get some good different camera mounts and cameras that I can just switch to. That's the ultimate goal. I'll get one above, so we'll have a top-down view, a view like this, and then like a full screen. And I'll just switch back and forth. But yeah, it's looking good so far. Yeah, it's cool. Hey, thanks for popping in. I've been trying to do live shows lately since the old pandemic. It's been a lot of fun. Hey, nice. Yeah, that's looking good. Filled them in beautifully. Cool. There's one little tiny spot. Let me hit that real quick. And then we'll get to it. Kind of a little bit of a chip out, it looks like, which happens. I won't even cut it. I'll just sand that back too. It'll be easier since they're so small. Pull out the sandpaper. That's my last of the 150. There it goes. Bottom of the barrel. Should be enough. I was watching that bolt turning demo with Glenn Lucas the other day, and he said he starts sanding with 120 grit, and it was humbling for me. I was like, my goodness, if Glenn Lucas starts with 120 grit, I need to get off my high horse here and start sanding with 120 grit. Just kidding. I like to see how nice of a finish I can get, but yeah, I think I will start with 120 on this one since it's got a little bit of that glue, but usually I start a bit higher. But I know each his own, you know, it's all personal preference. Depending, I guess, on the cut quality, sometimes you have to start there. But I can't imagine that like the cut quality off his tool, you know, is 120 worthy. I would think, my goodness, should be, I'm sure, a lot higher than that. Okay, got them stacked up. And there's the 120. Cool. Sanding sponge, ready to go. I'm going to turn the speed down for the sanding. It doesn't need to be that fast. Let's check it. A little bit. I'm going to do it by hand. It's like the sandpaper is just melting through this stuff. There we go. And we're about, what are we, 700? Oh, 650. Okay, arms of 150. Now I'm going to reverse it the rest of the way through the grits. So we're at 120 or 180 now. And this stuff is really soft, so it's not requiring much sanding. Just trying to get rid of the marks from the previous grit. Right. 600 is the last one, or 400 because I ran out of 600. So. Cool. All right. Yeah, looking good. Cool. Find my walnut oil. Where do I put that stuff? Put a little coat on there. There it is. That stuff's looking nice. Oh yeah, this stir finish is nice. My goodness. Just super smooth. A little more oil. Won't worry about the inside yet. I'm gonna turn down the tenon and kind of decorate the bottom a bit when I'm finishing it up. But for now, we'll just do the outside. Heat up that walnut oil. Help it cure in the wood. Yeah, that's looking real nice. Cool. Flip it over, or flip it around, rather, and we'll start hollowing it out. Ah, thank you very much. Yeah, it's coming along really nice. It's been a while since I've turned a platter like this, so it's fun to do. And it's looking good so far. Been a nice shape to it. There it is. Oh, I forgot how relaxing it was to watch. Yeah, we have fun, you know. Right. I don't want to expand it too much because I don't want to break the wood, but we want a nice secure hold in there. Spinning nice and true. So we should be ready to hollow it out. It's a nice open form, so we shouldn't have to use too many different tools. I'm going to bring my bowl gouge over to the sharpener real quick though and give it a nice edge before I get into hollowing it out. So come along. Make sure we're set up here. There we go. Yep. All right, that'll do it. All right. Shouldn't need to take any super big curving cuts, so you got to be good right there for the while I hollow it. Yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna just do some draw cuts, get rid of this stuff around the middle, and then establish my rim, and then I'll come in, scoop it out. I'll put not a super wide rim, but I like a little wide rim platter, maybe 1.5 inches or so wide. We'll see how that looks. Go from there. Get a little light here so I can see. I'll point my bevel in the direction I want it to go. Let's see. I want to make sure it kind of sweeps inward. Looks like I'll have a few to fill in right here. My goodness, this stuff is dusty. I need a fan or a respirator. Hey, Scouts, how you doing, sir? Thanks for joining in. Turning a little platter today. Made out of alligator juniper. That should do us on the. I like that. It's got a little bit of an inward sweep, so you grab it, your hands kind of have a good spot to hold. You have to soften that curve around the outside just a little bit. Yeah, I've got a couple cracks right here. We'll get those taken care of real quick. And possibly one right here. Let me try to clean this surface up a little bit. It's a little lumpy. Yeah, we'll have a little bit to fill in right there and some there. Let me hit those with some sandpaper really quick, and then I'll get some sanding sealer on it. And then we'll fill them in. And while that sanding sealer is curing, I'll take a little bit out of the middle. Stuff is hot, hot. Ooh. That. In both areas where we have the cracks. There's one right there. This should probably fill that one in, but it might require some thin CA. See how these ones do for now. Okay. Start scooping some of the middle out here. Hey, thank you, sir. There's the, I don't know if you caught the outside. There's the outside there. So we've got the outside done. We just flipped it around. Now we're going to be doing some hollowing. Yeah, it's coming along. You guys are getting dusty too. totally covered up now. Some nice shavings coming off of there. Yeah, I think that looks good on the rim sides. I might go maybe just a hair smaller on it, so that way we've got a little more, room in the middle. But so far it's looking good. Yeah, somewhere along those lines ought to do it. So we've still got a decently wide rim for the size of the platter, but we're also, got enough room to put stuff, whatever kind of stuff that might be. Whoever gets this will have plenty of room for stuff. Okay, that stuff's dry. I'm going to put some glue in these cracks up here. So we'll get that rolling real quick. I might have to take it off the lathe. So since just the angle of it's going to want to run kind of back in. So I'm going to unthread my chuck real quick. And we'll set it down and then fill it in on the bed of the lathe, and then I'll put it back up once I'm done. Finish it off. Might use a little dental pick as well. Pick out some of the goop or not goop, but all the dust and whatnot. Right inside this one's got, like the crack goes kind of inward. There we go. Gonna have to pick some of it away. And build it back with the glue. Yeah, it's running like along one of the growth rings here, and so it's kind of have to pull some of it out in order to, and then some of the grain out, and then make it worse before I can make it better. So it's just getting really thin on the top, but that's all right. More of that fun stuff. Watching the glue dry. All right, hit it with some accelerator, and that'll kick that glue off. Yeah, this is the gap filling thick from Starbond. Like I said, if I've got a link down in the description, if anybody needs any, really high quality glue, check them out. Click that link and use the code Braxton and save 10% off your glue purchase. It's really good stuff. I've used quite a lot of super glues over the years, and this is definitely one of the best ones, if not the best that I've come across. Clear a little dust out before I whoa. Just a few leftover holes here that didn't quite get filled with epoxy or the glue on when I sealed it up. These were pretty deep cracks, so I'm not surprised that I had to do this a couple of times. But that's all right. It helps save the piece, and it'll add a little bit of interest to it too with those cracks in there. And they'll be secure and sealed up also, so you don't have to worry about them spreading. That's got it. Cool. We can get that back on the lathe. Oof. Gotta dust off my monkey. There we go. Cool, that should do it. I'm going to work on the inside, and not much more of that. That's about all I have to take out is right there, and we'll be good on that. And then I can come back and cut those away and do the final sanding and get it finished on here. Oh, not before I polish this guy off. Cool. Let's get to it. Missed. Figures. I think I need to be just a touch lower on my tool rest. Even still a little bit lower. Yeah, there we go. There. Okay. Okay. We're doing good. Got a little bit of a hump right here and a little bit in the middle. Cut those away, and then I'll use my old teardrop scraper and drag it across there and get a nice finish. Oh, gotta clean off my face shield though. With a little knot there. Yeah, it's cutting across these little knots. So that's what I'm hearing in there. It's kind of ticking. I may have to fill actually the bottom of those too. They've got a little bit of cracks in them that need to be filled. Scoot the tool rest back just a bit. Feeling good. A little bit in the middle. Still just a little bit of a lump right there. Transition feels nice though. Yep. So. This stuff is super soft too, so a lot of this is, I'm sure, going to be able to sand out pretty easily. But I want a nice sort of flat surface down there. There might be. I live in Nevada though. This is the Wild West, so we do what we want. Those are those little knots that I'm feeling down there too, giving me a little bit of trouble. But yeah, I'd say we're pretty good. I'm gonna fill these in with some super glue now. We'll come back, clean up that, and then hopefully by the time this is done, I'll be able to finish sand this and get a final finish on this thing. Yep, feeling good. Cool. See it. Yeah, let me pull it off the lathe again. I forgot the sanding sealer, didn't I? Also have to be super precise. Really, sanding sealer helps a lot, especially when you're using the super thin CA, because it just spreads out so much. This one is not absorbing, you know, like the super thin stuff does. It sort of sits on the top a little bit better. So hopefully we'll be all right. I'll just be extra careful. Dripped a big glob on the rim there. There we go. Right after my speech about being careful. Okay. Let's get that back up here. Hey, what's up, Dave? How you doing, buddy? Welcome aboard. About done with this one. Just sealing up some cracks. And then I got to flip it and finish the bottom. Right now I'm going to finish up the rim. So I had some up here. Got them all glued, finished up. Now we're waiting for the glue on the inside to dry while I take care of this stuff. All right. Looks like it's got it. One little spot. This knot has some that needs it right in the end. I'm gonna let that spin. Grab some sandpaper, and we'll finish the rim. I need to get more 150 or 120. Hey, you playing with the top? Nice. I turned a couple out of mesquite to start the show. I sold all but one of the dyed ones that I turned the other night live, and so I got to get some more going for the gallery opening. Okay. Drag it around the edge. Oh, I guess that's good. I'm just hitting some glue. All right. Work my way through the grits. So I got 150. Last one. Okay. Check these ones in the bottom. Yeah, it's looking nice. A little bit more glue down here. Clean those up, and then we'll sand it, finish it, and I'll flip it around. Cool. Yeah, that feels good. I'm happy with that. Just a touch right there in the middle. That's the part I struggle with the most when I'm doing stuff like that. It's like right down in that center. It's always like, I don't know if it's like mental, but I swear I can't ever get the transition perfect, like the right, or the first time. I'm always constantly running back through it. Yeah, let's get some sanding going, and I'll put a finish on here, and we'll see what it looks like. Where's my sanding sponge? My goodness. Your fingers heat up quick, especially when the wood's dry. Okay. Hey, Lupe's back. Hey, thanks. I think the run turned out good. I like it in there. Nothing too much, just almost like a little bit of an undercut just to give it some definition between, the transition of the inside and then the rim. So it doesn't, I don't like to curve them over because it seems like it gets lost. You know what I mean? You can't really, there's not really a defined, rim or inside when you do, kind of just round them over. But I do, not to say I don't like bowls like that, but I like to define the rims if I'm going to have a rim on there. That's 400. Where are we at next? 180. There we go. I like to just sand up to that line too. I'll hit it a little bit, but I don't want to round it over. Piece of 320 was about used up. All right, on to the 400. Okay. Paper towel fell on the ground. I almost lost her. No paper towels left behind. So you can see it. You see that? You guys see that on the camera in the middle? The dot right in the middle. I need to come back and take that down a little bit. I think I'm like either burnished the grain or something. It's got a little bit of a color change there. I think I feel, yeah, I can feel a little lump. So we'll cut it back just a bit. See if I can take care of that. See, and that was like, I didn't even notice it until the finish got on there. So that's kind of interesting. Maybe I didn't quite sand enough. Yeah, the finish is always the best part. Just think, thanks to the power of technology, you guys can watch me do this right now. Otherwise, I'd just be sitting in my garage by myself, sanding the center of a bowl. So I'm glad you're here to share this experience with me. That was our 400 there. Call that good. John, this finish is Mahoney's walnut oil. Mahoney's utility finish. That light's kind of blowing it out. It's one of my favorites. Yeah, see? I can still feel it though. Let's cut back through. It's hard 180. Let's see if I can sand that out of there. So I don't know what's causing the discoloration right there at the center. It's going to drive me nuts, so I'll tell you that. See if the bowl gouge can take care of it. Maybe that carbide, like I said, was kind of burnishing it or something rather than cutting the fibers. Switch to my 1/2 inch bowl gouge, crank it up a little. I don't want to go too much deeper because I don't want to blow through the bottom. See, it doesn't really feel like a bump. It's not really perceptible to my fingers. But just I don't know if maybe the pressure from something pushing in on kind of, bruise the fibers or causing it to absorb the finish different, or maybe just because it's right there at the middle where there's kind of like weird end grain all over the place. That'll be my shaker mark, I guess, huh? If this doesn't do it, I'm calling it a night. At least on this platter. I still got more to turn. I might chuck up a little bowl, a piece of Siberian elm that I want to turn into a bowl also. Or I could do some more tops. All right. Again with the oil. Still just a bit. Better than it was. Okay, here we go. Which tells me if it's better than it was, then maybe I can get it a little better than it is. Yeah, don't feel a bump. I'll try sanding it with the grain too. It may just be one of those things that I have to let go. I didn't notice any CA, but that is a good point. The CA was mainly around the sides, and then I got a drop on the rim, but I didn't notice any directly in the middle. But so that looks pretty good there. I can't really see a variation in the grain color, you know. So hopefully that'll do it. I'm done with it, you know. We'll call it good after this. Yeah, still a little bit, but you know what? Probably big chance that people who pick up this piece and inspect it aren't going to be wood turners, and they may not notice the same kind of stuff that I notice. But it definitely looks significantly better than it was. It's almost, hey, you almost can't see it on the camera. Yeah, I'll leave it right there and you can't tell. Yeah, it's just a tiny, tiny little spot. Well, all in all, I think this piece is really cool. It's got some really beautiful colors in it, and just the little bit of figure when you move it kind of through here. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but yeah, that's a pretty piece of wood. And it turned really well. I'll have to see if I can get my hands on some more of it. I'd like to turn it green. That would be far more pleasurable than turning it all dusty. Whoop, there goes my paper towel. That oil is grabbing. Cool. Yeah, it's a nice looking piece. I'm happy with that. Not bad for a freebie piece of wood. Of course, that's mostly what all I get. These freebie pieces of wood. They're the best. All right. Well, next up is going to be finish this thing on the bottom. I think I will use the vacuum truck for that. Just got to find my adapter. Back you up here just a minute. I had to take the pump out the other day. It's the only downside to sometimes I got to pull the whole tube out because I've got to, you know, put like my spur drive or something in there. Okay. I'm going to put my tailstock on too. There we go. I guess I can't see what I'm doing, can you? It was real fun. I was screwing in the quill tailstock. I'm going to use this little adapter that I can thread my chuck onto the tailstock. I don't use it all the time, but sometimes it's nice, especially for this piece. I forgot to put a little mark in the bottom to center everything. One aspect that would be nice about this is if it had a bearing, so I could just thread it in there. So it's sometimes kind of hard to balance it properly and then get the threads to seat. Sometimes it gets a little crooked. There we go. I got my silicone pot holder to help protect it. Pull the vacuum, make sure that's working. Should have plugged in. All right. So now I'll just close down the chuck jaws. Back it off. Actually, maybe I'll use this other one. I don't want to put like a hard point in it. I'll use the cup center, and then I'll be able to turn that away. A little bit more room for my tool rest. We're pretty flat on the bottom. I'm going to go in with it a little bit to make just a slight undercut. And let's see if I can get you in for a better angle somehow. It'll be a little difficult to see. That might be a little better. Yeah, so then I'm going to round off the tenon also. I'm going to turn that off real quick. We don't need that blaring while I'm doing this. So I'm going to round over the recess, not the tenon, sorry, round that over, and then make just a slight undercut so it'll hopefully rest on the outer edge, and then I'll kind of detail the inside a little bit. use my detail gouge, 3/8 detail gouge for the bottom here. Start by taking a little material away from in here to round over the bottom. Okay. All right. Let me get that sanded, and then fire up the vacuum. We'll pull it away and finish the very bottom. Okay. All right. Vacuum time. Go ahead and stop it. Okay. Gently, gently. I'll get you. I'll be all right there. I'm gonna try to put it's a little high, so I may try to put a little button, a little kind of tail button in there. Don't want to be in a big hurry because I don't want this thing flying off. I really like how it's looking so far. So we got kind of the outer one and the inner one. Oop. A little more 400. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be a nice little touch for the bottom there. Kind of far away, huh? Get you further in. Put everything in the way. There we go. Yeah, there's a cool little concave to it. And then we got the little detail button there. I like that the knot, how the knot ended up right on the rim of it as well. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to turn off the vacuum. There we go. Let me back it up. That was a fun one. Turned out pretty good. It's got a good little OG shape. It might be a little bit heavy. What do you think, Lupe? I don't know if you're still out there. How's the OG looking? Maybe could have taken a little bit more off of there, but not too bad. Fun little platter that this piece has been sitting in my house for a super long time. So it was nice to finally turn it. What time is it? 4:51. I think I got time for another one. Let's throw that piece of Siberian elm on there and we'll get that thing rolling. I could probably bang that out fairly quick. It's not very big. Hey, thank you, everyone. Turned out pretty cool, I think. I like it. Yeah, that'll end up probably on my website, braxtonworthland.com, under my Turned Live on YouTube section. So it'll be available there and also be available on the at the Boulder City Arts Guild Gallery, June 1st. So if you're a Las Vegas local or Henderson or Boulder City and you want to come check out some of my pieces, you can do it there. I'm excited for them to open back up. I got approved or I got, accepted into the Arts Guild, the Boulder City Arts Guild in early March, and then everything shut down. So after that, I didn't have anywhere really to display my pieces. So excited for them to open up. Excited for that market in the alley that I just did. Their virtual marketplace was cool. I will be extra excited for, when we can all kind of get back out and pick up pieces and buy pieces and stuff. Because I think that's a big part of wood turning is what sells it, is people being able to pick up the piece and, hold it and really appreciate it for what it is. So it's hard to do on the internet, you know what I mean? Oh, Lupe, thank you so much. Appreciate that. It does mean a lot. Every little bit helps, I'm telling you. It adds up. So thank you so much. Appreciate the support big time. I got to drill the hole in this one a little bit bigger, and then I'll thread it up and we'll get to turning. Hopefully this stuff won't be quite so dusty either. Take this out. I'll hopefully be on back again later this week. I'm trying to finish up some more pieces for the gallery, like I mentioned. I got a big stack of tops I need to turn, so we'll get those taken care of. Nice to warm up with the tops. Turn a couple to warm up with, gets the old creative juices flowing. Wakes up the muscle memory for all the tool positions and stuff like that. I'll have some of this available soon too. Braxton's bowl butter. I got all the tins, I got the beeswax and everything, so I'm mixing up a big batch of that finish. I like this for off the lathe maintenance. It's good stuff. I just slather it on cutting boards and bowls and things that are starting to look a little dry. Hey, thank you very much, Anthony. This is a Grizzly. It's a G0766 is the model. I just painted it, though. I didn't like the Grizzly colors. Oop. This one's a little uneven, as you can see, so we'll have a little bit of material removal to take care of. Yes, thank you very much, Lupe. That's going in the sandpaper fund or the coring system fund too. I'd love to get one of those. But for sure, sandpaper's a necessity. Also realized the other day I need to buy a new bandsaw blade because mine is dust. I've got a bunch of blanks I need to rough out. So bandsaw blade, sandpaper. Okay, here we go. This is Siberian elm. I cut this up in Provo, Utah in 2018. So it's been sitting around for a while. So it'll be plenty dry. I won't talk too much during this one. I just kind of want to bash it out, see how long it takes. A little close. There we go. Gotta mark out the tenon. Here, I don't know. I'll show you one quick thing that I do. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but over here on the wall, I'm sure you can't, but I have little poke marks in the wall from my divider, and I have them circled so I know the outside, the inside, all that stuff. So I could just put one end of my divider in there, close it down until it hits the other hole, and then I know I've got the right size marked out. Back to the action. Where's my hardening tool? There it is. Nope, don't need two big ones. Nope. Should have moved my tool rest sooner. There we go. Okay. Flatten this off a little bit. Go a nice flat shoulder for that tenon to rest up against. I'm going to mark the bottom too, and I'm going to take my tool rest away. Or not my tool rest, but my tail stop. There we go. A little bit of stringy stuff on there that may have interfered with the jaws when it clamped down on it. Just going to go for kind of a traditional shape, have a little bit of a foot to elevate the piece, and then, you know, a continued curve. So I'll come in here, take some of this away. Soften it in here just a little bit. Position. Not a bad finish. A little bit of tear out. Where did I put my? Should have dropped that shit. This thing's gonna need to be sharpened after this, or at least touched up in my diamond wheel. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let me get to sanding, and then we'll flip it around and hollow it out. Joseph, I get my sandpaper from Klingspor. Woodturner's Wonder Cells. I haven't tried their stuff, but yeah, everything I get comes from Klingspor. All the hook and loop, like 2-inch discs, all the cloth back, like these big rolls right here, all come from Klingspor. I really, really like it. The prices are good, and gets here relatively fast there in North Carolina, but gets to me pretty quick in Vegas. And their prices, I might have already said that, but their prices are really good. Plus, they really help to support the woodworking community kind of online. They have a really big social media presence, and they help people out and stuff, which I think is cool. So I like to try to support companies like that also. Ooh, what kind of notes are you taking, John? What have I helped you with? It's always cool to hear like what people pick up, you know what I mean? Because a lot of times some things it's like one person, it's like, old news to them, and another person's like, holy cow, I never thought about doing that. So it's always cool to hear like, what kind of stuff people pick up. Switch to a blackberry this time. A little warm though. It's been sitting out since I started. We're doing pretty good for 2.5 hours though. We got 2 tops done so far, 1 platter, and half a bowl. Well, if you don't count the sanding, not quite half a bowl, but we don't count sanding. All right, let's fire it up, crank it down. Don't want to be sanding quite that high speed. And where did I set my sponge? Did I drop it? Yep, there it is. Get lost in the shavings. just a little bit. It was really interesting. Joseph was there watching the demo yesterday with Glenn Lucas, but it was interesting when he was talking about like the areas where you get the tear out, and I was like, man, that's like, I never really realized it before, but he was like, you draw the line down the center, line up your grain perpendicular, you got your line down the center, and then you're typically going to get end grain tear out here and end grain tear out here, and it's like exactly right. That's, I was just looking at this piece, and that's right where it is. Yeah, it was cool watching him turn. One of these days, I'm going to get over to Ireland and take a class. I think that would be incredible. Lots of fun. Oh, okay. John said he was noting the caliper holes in the wall. That's a good one. I like that one just because I always forget. I'm really bad. I'll just thread my piece on there and then I'm like, ah, crap. You have to take it back off, measure it, put it back on. So I started making those little holes in the wall. It could even be like a board. Once this I got to cover this up soon, hopefully with some insulation and some probably OSB on the outside. But then I'll just have to redo my holes. Yeah, it works good. And the cutting angle is always really important too. So welcome to turning. If you have any questions, let me know. Or anybody here. All a bunch of great turners watching right now too. And that's a wonderful thing about wood turning is everybody's like seems to be for the most part really friendly and offer help and can give you advice on things, and it's a lot of fun. I've been forgetting to reverse in between though, haven't I? It's all right. We'll reverse on this last one. Where's my 4? Did I not grab any? There we go. Cool. I'm going to call that good on the 400. 2021, huh? That sounds perfect. I didn't know you could buy a bond. That's cool. It was like a gift certificate type of thing, or sounds pretty sweet. Yeah, if you get back out here to Vegas too, let me know. Be fun to hang out, or I'll try to get in there with you too while you're turning with them. Even though I get to go to Jimmy's house, fairly regularly, I still do want to take like an official like week-long class from him. I think that would be so cool because I don't know, he's just such a wealth of knowledge and a great guy. I just love hanging out with him and learning from him and turning with him and stuff. So I think it would be cool. I want him to do a week-long course up at Craft Supplies, and then I'll take that class. So I'll get out of town also and still hang out with Jimmy at Craft Supplies, which is awesome. A little bit more. Cool. That'll do for that. Let's flip this thing around. I might put a little bit of dye on the rim, I'm thinking. Always like a good dyed rim. You know me. It's a fun thing to do to a small piece like this. that's, you know, I'm not going to sell this for a whole lot of money just because it's a little bowl. But if I could add something, that'd be perfect. You know, add a little bit of extra to it. Oh, you know, Vegas, there's not craft supplies here, but Woodworkers Emporium is here. And then craft supplies is in Provo, Utah. There it is. All right. Let me grab my dies. See what color I got. Those shouldn't need any alcohol. Let's see. Okay. We got ox blood, orange, black. I think that green's about gone. Green would be cool. Blue, magenta, chocolate, aqua green, yellow, purple. What do you guys think? I'm going to start hollowing, get the rim established. Or not hollowing, but I'll get the rim established. Then that way we can put some dye on there. Talk amongst yourselves. Figure out the dye. What do you guys think? I'm a purple, blue kind of person myself, so I may go with one of those. There's not a good unanimous decision. Oh yeah, I want to check out Cindy Drose's for sure. She's a great turner, and I know she's been set up for the remote demos for a long time. So she's, you know, got it figured out as far as camera work and all that stuff. So I want to check that out. And my goodness, you know, it's totally worth it too for $10. That's like, can't even. It's totally invaluable. Worth way more than that. A little bit to take away until I can get down to where the final rim is going to be. A little bit more. Let's see. Just about. Purple and blue mix. It's going to be caught small. I'll try the fade though. If it was a larger area, I would say let's go for it. But with the smaller pieces, it might not blend so well. Or it'll be harder to get it to blend. Okay. That's got us. Little inward sweep to the rim. I'm going to hit that outside with some sandpaper. I do not want to cut myself. I'm going to turn a little away from the middle. Okay. Let me sand it. We'll get some dye on there. A little bit of a ridge. Okay. There it is. So all we got's blue or purple mix. Huh? So I'm only going to do the rim like maybe like 3/4 of an inch wide. So I'm not sure about I probably won't be able to achieve a fade in that. We'll go light. Maybe we'll just go with the blue. And I'll see if I can cut it back and put a little purple in too. And play with it. I need to find my rubbing alcohol though real quick if I'm going to cut back the colors. Maybe. Might be inside. Yeah, let me run and grab it. I bet you it's inside. One quick second. Go. Oh, yeah, go grab somebody.
Is there some in your breath?
I don't think there's any cold water in there. I think it's all inside.
Are you streaming it again?
Yep. All right. Maybe we'll just see what it takes to get a fade and decide how big the rim's going to be. Gee, my goodness. Getting ahead of myself here. Try not to go too heavy on the blue. I'll cut it back a little. With the rubbing alcohol. Let's see if we can get a little purple in there too. Don't get to pick that up. There's my purple. Purple on the outside. It's looking cool. A little bit of a hard line though between the blues. Let me see if I can get a better fade out of there. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad actually. Good call. I'll make a little bit wider rim than what I anticipated, but that'll be all right. Yeah, so we'll start it maybe right at the edge of where the blue is. I'll see if I can get a little bit more blue around the middle too. We go more blue in the middle and see if I can kind of blend it back into the purple without losing the gradient. Took me forever. If you've been around the stream since I've been doing it, started early March, it took me forever to find a stinking bottle of rubbing alcohol, of course, but finally got one. But yeah, I think that'll be pretty cool there. We'll let that chill out for a minute. Then I'll get some spray on lacquer and hit that. Got some that soaked through on the outside here. So I'll spray the inside, and then I might take a little cut on the backside, see if I can clean up some of the bleed through on the dye, and then I'll use my black marker to touch up the rim and kind of hide what I can't cut away. Good. The purple is definitely more apparent in person, I would say, than from at least from what I can tell on the camera. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. Pretty hot right now too, so this is going to dry fairly quickly. I'm going to mess with the outside. So I'll move you around. You can kind of see on the edge of the rim, it's got a bit of bleed through, and that could have been me being a little sloppy with the paper towel, but sometimes when it hits the end grain, it'll suck through. So I'm going to see if I can't clean that little line up there. Just do a quick little draw cut. We're not 100% running true, so it might not work out. I may end up having to sand it, but we'll see what we can do. Yeah, it's a little bit better. All right. I'll sand that while I'm waiting for the front, and then we'll hollow it out. Dropping stuff here. Okay, yeah, we'll be able to cover that up with the black. All right. Get some walnut oil on there. Just a bit around the outside. Cool. You flip you back around, I'll hollow it out. And then we'll finish the detail ring and be done. little bit low on the tool rest. Ooh. Pushing a little too hard. A little bit more on the rim. I want to get a kind of an undercut on this thing too. Come down a bit more. I'm going to have to cut away just a little more of the rim. It's still kind of thick. Pretty good. I might go just a little bit more from the bottom, but we'll leave the rim right there because you can still see the blue and the purple fade on it. One second. Yeah, I got to go slightly deeper. Let me see if I can get that undercut a little bit more. I'm going to move you just slightly. Yeah, we'll call that good. Feels smooth. Not much tear out. A few little ridges. One kind of right there, one there. Oh, yeah. I can show you real quick, too. Once I'm done with this, I'll show you the platter. It turned out really nice. A little bit of a bump in the middle, and we'll call it good. Okay. Yeah, so we got a nice even wall thickness, aside from the part where it's got like the bit of the undercut till it meets with the transition on the outside. Feels good. If that makes sense, like it curves around, gets a little thicker, and then flows around the corner. Feels good. Be careful on the sanding too. I don't want to sand away the color. Yeah, I'll post some pictures too for sure, Patrick. I don't know if I got my Instagram down below, but at @bworthland on Instagram. And at Patrick's Workshop while you're at it. Check out Patrick. Cool. Blow it off. Hey, thank you, Patrick. Best moderator in the business right there. Okay. Now I'm going to take my Sharpie. I'm going to mark the outside. We'll kind of get rid of that little bit of bleed out, and it'll make a nice transition between the wood and the color. It gives your eye a little break when you're looking at it. So it kind of helps it pop a little bit more, in addition to helping with taking care of, any kind of bleed out or whatever. Just a little bit thicker. There we go. You guys can almost not even see that on the camera, huh? Yeah, it just kind of takes care of the bleed out, gives you a nice little break with your eyes. Cool. Usually I like to leave it either like with no line on the inside, because you can get a nice hard cut line where I went in with the tool. So this usually isn't too necessary on the inside, but sometimes if you want to, you can give it a little touch up. Well, this one I think will look pretty good without it. I'll wipe it clean again Then I'm going to put some walnut oil and we'll flip it. I may actually wait to finish the bottom of this one just until everything kind of cures up on the polyurethane. Like fully. Well, like I said, I'm not going to be touching the outside anyways in the vacuum truck, so we shouldn't have to worry about it. Unless the adapter doesn't fit inside. Just check that. Oh yeah, it's going to hit right on there. So I won't finish the bottom of this one right now. We'll let it cure up, but I will finish it in the next little while, or possibly on the next live show. I want to get in here maybe Wednesday. Got to see how things are going. Yeah, that'll do for that one. Cool. I got the bottom marked in this one, so I don't have to worry about pulling it out of the chuck. I'll be good there. Or a little center punch in the bottom. There we go. It's a nice little bowl. Maybe you can get a little bit better idea of the black there around the rim. Yeah, that turned out cool. Nice little. It's got a good shadow line too from the undercut. I know Joseph heard it yesterday, but when Glenn Lucas mentioned your bowl frames the piece, he likes a little bit wider rim. Even if you've got salad in there, it still kind of frames the salad. It makes it look really nice. You don't lose the edge, just because it's so thin, it just gets lost in there. With this, you'll have a still, whatever's in there, it's got a nice little way to frame it around there. I like those demos too, because you hear people mention things like that, and it's maybe something that I had never really considered, but it's like, yeah, that, it makes sense. Like, it makes total sense. So getting a little, see what we got going on over here in the chat. I see Patrick just said something, but I didn't notice it. Oof. Dusty, my goodness. How many vacuum chuck adapters do I have? I have exactly one, Patrick. That was the one I just showed you. But I can make different pieces of wood and stuff, so I can make different adapters. I need to make a few more. I have to make some larger ones, because when I was finishing Sterling's bowl, this one wasn't big enough for it. Yeah, let me grab that other piece too, and I'll bring it over. I'll show you the tops that I turned as well. Got 4 pieces done. That's not too bad for a little over 3 hours. Still have to touch up the tops of the tops. So here's what we started with. A couple of mesquite tops. Just have to finish up the tops of them. There still are, kind of blown out just from where I parted them off. I'll switch you back to the other camera, get a better view of the bowls. Yeah, they turned out pretty cool though. See if I can get them lined up. It's weird looking at, there we go. It's weird looking at the camera and trying to do something, because it's like reverse. But yeah, I definitely need 3 or 4 different adapters for sure. That one don't like the bottom of the bowl maybe. You have top battles. I'm gonna have to investigate. This guy don't like spinning. Maybe it's just in the bowl. Yeah, it must be a little. Huh, that's weird. Never turned a faulty top before. Yeah, if you spin it up too much, it knocks it out of center. That's weird. Yeah, must not be quite centered maybe on the point. But yeah, there they are. I think they turned out pretty cool. Sure, there's the bottom, Patrick. I know you didn't catch the bottom. They got a little button in there. I turned out away the recess. Yeah, it turned out pretty cool. I like this one. Decent shape. Nice little OG shape and a little foot there to kind of elevate the piece. And there we got this one. Siberian elm is this one, and alligator juniper is what that is. And the two tops were mesquite. Top battles. All right, well, I think that's going to do it for me for this evening. I really appreciate all the super chats, all the support. It means a lot. Thank you so much. I'll be back in the next day or so. Got some more stuff to turn. Get ready for the gallery opening. So thank you for joining in. We'll see you guys next time. I'll try to give you a little more notice. I posted about it on Instagram and Facebook a few hours before I did this one. So I'll try to do the same thing with the next one, but hopefully Wednesday afternoon sometime. 3 hours and 20 minutes. Not bad. We'll see you guys next time.